So we have another officer here who is standing in the gap to make sure that nothing that should not happen to Rodney Hinton Jr. happens. And the authority that he took in that elevator is how you're supposed to do it, because he stepped in and gave eye contact and said, "I wish you would," with his eye contact. We appreciate you for stepping in and not stepping in and having your back to them and saying, "Oh, I was just getting on the elevator to get off." He gave eye contact that said, "Find somebody else to play with." And we just want to make sure that you understand, we appreciate you. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you for stepping in the gap. We see you and acknowledge you, because the body language that changed within that elevator ride is very telling. It's very telling, because if you're not being watched, what are you willing to do is really being seen in this elevator. Because what was y'all trying to do? Because y'all body language got energy when that man said, "Look me in the eye, all of you." What was the plan?
Well, I was fired from work yesterday because of the Rodney Hinton situation. The young man, son was found alive by the Cincinnati Police Department. So this what happened. While I was on break, right, I heard a supervisor spoke along our colleagues, because we work along with K9, we also work along with NYPD. He was talking about the Rodney Hinton situation. He said, "Well, y'all people have to understand," and I'm like, "Excuse me, y'all people?" "Well, you know what I mean." I said, "No, I don't know what you mean. If you want to get technical, a man innocent proven guilty. A charge doesn't mean the man was prosecuted. It's just a charge." He said, "Go to break, go to break, go to break." And I said, "I'm already on break." Make a long story short, he called his account manager, and the account manager said I was removed from the schedule. So that's how I got fired from my job.
Man, when I seen that black officer step onto that elevator with Rodney Hinton with them white officers, I was like, okay, we still got some faith in this community. And it's so crazy to me how the white officers had like a big smile on their face until they seen the black officer hop onto the elevator and then turn his face towards them instead of facing the elevator door, because he was trying to see what the fuck was going on. Like, he was trying to make sure that they wasn't going to do nothing to Rodney. And I just love that, because like, we got, as black, like in the black community, we all got to stick together for real. As a community as a whole, actually, not even just the black community, everybody need to stick together, and what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? So it's just like the fact that the black officer had to stand there, and then like you could see on the white officer's face, he had gloves on for one, and then for two, it was like his smile went away when he seen that the black officers was facing towards him. And it's just crazy to me, because it's just like, dang, like, y'all really have no, like, y'all don't care at all. And then on top of that, it was just like the fact that the black officer, he was tapping his belt waiting for something to happen. And I'm just glad that nothing did happen, because like, that would have been a horrible situation and all. So I'm just glad that Rodney's good, the black officer is good. The white officers, I don't know who y'all are, but that was just crazy to me. But overall, I'm just glad that Rodney's good and safe. To the black officer, big respect to you.
Just watch the video of that black officer getting on the elevator with Rodney Hinton and all of those other officers. That video has made my day. Made my day. There were so many black police officers there, and it just took that one to have enough bravery to get in there and risk it all. Because I can guarantee you, he's risking it all with what he just did. Because he just pissed everybody in that elevator off, except for one person, and that's Rodney Hinton. Because I already know he was prepared for the worst. But guess what? That black king stepped in there and said, not today. I don't even want to imagine what would have happened if he did not do that. I don't even want to know, because I am too happy that he took that step inside of that elevator at that last second and let them know. Not to his back turned towards him, face straight towards Rodney Hinton. Because let me see anybody make a move. I'm ready. Hand on waistband. Okay. Need a whole block party made for this man. Let's throw him a barbecue. You know how we do. Throw him a barbecue. But listen, if he loses his job, I need all of y'all that's happy and joyful about this to throw some money at that GoFundMe, because I know I am. Know that in that moment, it was like a moment of relief for Rodney. I know it was a moment for relief because he has a very long journey ahead of him when it comes to this, but just that one moment, he could breathe. That one moment he can breathe because of that black officer. And it's just amazing. I love to see our people stand up for our people, but it's a whole different level of standing up for our people when it's a black officer doing it. So yeah, he gets his points, and he gonna be living rent. That video is gonna be living rent free in my head.
Rodney Hinton is the police karma in human form. 1991, police beat the living hell out of Rodney King in 1991 and got away with it. Got away with it. Over 30-something years later, now Rodney unalived the police because they thought they can get away with unaliving that Rodney's son. Rodney Hinton is the police's karma.
The officer that jumped on the elevator with Rodney Hinton, he was on live and he said that they fired him. Now, why would they do that? Perhaps it was already organized for something to happen to Rodney, but when that officer jumped on the elevator, it stopped the whole program. He said he's not worried about it, but I want to know. Like, what was their reasoning for firing you? Like, what was the grounds for them firing you? Because if you were doing nothing but your job, then what was the reason? It's an eye for an eye, right? We're not turning the other cheek. I feel like we've been turning the other cheek for a very long time, but some people, they just not following that anymore. I'm not saying that I would do that. I don't think that I would ever do that. Like, one officer did this and now I'm going to do this to an officer that had nothing to do with it. No. But the officer that has something to do with it, okay, that's more understandable. I really understand Rodney's rage. Just watching my baby fall down is breaking my heart. Now imagine you get a phone call that an officer, someone who is supposed to be protecting you and your people, like pew-pewed your kid in the back. Like, the amount of rage that a father would feel, I completely understand.
Now, whether you're white, black, Mexican, or Asian, I believe that we all can agree that not all superheroes wear capes. That's why this black sheriff deserves all the love and respect that the world is giving him right now.
Well, Ohio, it looks like y'all have a problem. See, y'all went after Rodney Hinton thinking that he was just this thug. He's not a thug. He's a college graduate. And he filed his own lawsuit against y'all in court without his attorney. See, that's what y'all get for thinking that y'all could intimidate somebody and violate their 4th, their 6th, their 8th, and their 14th Amendment right. And after that little stunt y'all pulled the other day on national TV, Ohio's finest, with intimidation at its finest.
He was just trying to get to his floor, but when that black officer stepped onto that elevator with Rodney Hinton Jr. and the doors closed, it changed the whole situation. It was a moment in silence that showed how a black man in uniform does have some authority. It changed the whole situation. If you watch the video, their whole demeanor changed. They had planned on doing something to Rodney Hinton Jr., but that black man stepping into that elevator changed the whole situation.